Saudi Arabia to become one of world's largest construction hubs. Since His Royal Highness Mohammed bin Salman revealed Saudi Vision 2030 back in 2017, Saudi Arabia has been on a spending spree. Year after year, new news of exciting megaprojects emerges from the wealthy oil nation. From the architectural miracle that is NEOM City to the world's largest museum, Saudi Arabia is poised to lead the Middle East and the world into a new age of technology and architecture. With the number of simultaneous megaprojects under construction in the country, Saudi Arabia might just be the world's biggest construction site. But how did the country get like this? In this video, we'll be breaking down the history of the biggest mega projects in the country and speculating on Saudi Arabia's economic future. Until the discovery of oil in 1938, Saudi Arabia was known for little more than its religious significance, vast Arabian desert, and proud people. When the Standard Oil of California found oil in the Dammam oil field, the trajectory of the country changed forever. The country with no rivers and barely any arable lands grew to become the world's second largest exporter of oil in a few short decades. Every day, over 7.24 million oil barrels leave Saudi Arabia's shores, most of which are obtained from the Ghawar oil field, the largest oil field in the world. Saudi Arabia alone accounts for almost 16.7% of the world's oil reserves, and 100 years or so of selling the world's most valuable commodity made the country stupid rich. Saudi Arabia boasts a GDP of $687 billion, and their royal family has a net worth of around $1.4 trillion. The oil giant's days at the top are numbered, however. As the nations of the world shift toward renewables like solar and wind, the demand and value of oil have been diminishing. Most developed countries are set to phase out petrol cars before 2050, and all OPEC states will have to turn to other exports to bolster their country's GDP. Saudi Arabia's plan to remain on the top in the face of an uncertain economic future is to out-Dubai Dubai. They are using their considerably deep pockets to diversify fast and become the new global tourist center of the Middle East. Millions already flock to the country for religious pilgrimages, tours, and work opportunities in the energy sector. Investing in infrastructure, real estate, renewable energy, museums, and other tourist attractions seemed like the obvious next step. Saudi's plan for economic diversification coalesced in the Saudi Vision 2030. Announced in 2017, it is a long-term roadmap for Saudi Arabia's economic development. It goes into detail about policy changes that will improve the quality of life for all who live in the country, better education, more rights for women, and easier access to travel visas, to name a few. Central to all of this change are awe-inspiring megaprojects that push the boundaries of science, engineering, and architecture. After all, Saudi Arabia's attractions needed to be irresistible to outcompete Dubai. Since 2017, Saudi Arabia has announced over 20 gigaprojects set to transform the fabric of Saudi Arabia and several other minor projects. NEOM. NEOM is by far the largest and most controversial construction project in the world, with an estimated cost potentially reaching the trillions. NEOM is a smart city, or more accurately, a region marked for rapid development. It encompasses an area of 10,200 square miles in northwest Saudi, and once it's completed, it will contain numerous cities, resorts, and other megaprojects. NEOM is largely bankrolled by the Public Investment Fund, an organization that invests on behalf of the government of the country. The Saudi Development Company was established to spearhead NEOM, and according to its CEO, it has received close to $1 trillion in funding. According to the developers, NEOM will grow to house 10 projects eventually, but for now, only 4 regions have been announced and confirmed. These are the Line, Oxagon, Trojena, and Sindala. The Line, better known as the Impossible City, is a 170-kilometer-long linear city, running from the east to the west section of the location designated as NEOM. According to the developers, it will consist of 2 500-meter-tall skyscrapers standing 200 meters apart, stretching to the Red Sea. According to His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman, the line will have 0 cars, 0 streets, and 0 carbon emissions. Flying cars provided by Volocopter will replace regular cars, and the line will be structured vertically, with adjoining passageways connecting multiple floors and people. All essential daily services such as schools, clinics, green spaces, and leisure facilities will be within walking distance. When completed, the line is expected to hold 9 million people. The line communities will be powered by a continuously learning predictive AI, programmed to come up with new ways to make life easier and better for its residents. Construction for the line was supposed to start in Q1 of 2021, but after facing COVID and relocating people who call the area of NEOM their home, the project has released a short video confirming that the impossible city is indeed being built. News has also come out about a potential partnership with NVIDIA to create the AI to run the city. The government has pledged $500 billion to the project, but its estimated cost of the linear city is in the trillions. The sort of infrastructure needed to sustain a linear city alone in the desert is staggering. New farmlands need to be cultivated, and the city requires a safe and plentiful source of clean water. There's also the real concern of safety and viability. NEOM guarantees that people will be able to move into the city as soon as 2027, but the city might not be finished for decades to come. Trojena is a planned ski resort set to host the 2029 Winter Olympic Games. It is to be built 50 kilometers from the coast of Aqaba. The region is dotted with mountains that often experience sub-zero temperatures in the winter, which makes it the perfect location for a year-round ski resort. Plans for the Trojena center around the ski village, man-made artificial lake, and the vertical village in the mountains called the Vault. It will be sandwiched between two mountains and serve as the entrance to the ski resort. Just like the rest of NEOM, Trojena faces some real challenges that will drive up the cost of the megaproject. The absence of a close-by source of water means that Trojena will have to pump over 1 billion gallons of water upstream from the nearest source of water, which is over 50 kilometers away, to create artificial snow. While Saudi Arabia does get snow in the winter when the temperature drops, it's fairly inconsistent. Like Beijing in the 2022 Olympic Games, the cost of maintaining a year-round snow and an artificial lake will be astronomical, as will be building the necessary infrastructure to make it even possible. Yet, Saudi has confirmed a 2026 open date, 3 years before the next winter game. While there's no official quote on the cost of the Trojena, experts estimate it to be well into the hundreds of billions. That might prove not to be a problem, however, as the project lands its first international partner, Enmismore. Oxagon. Set to be the world's largest floating structure, Oxagon is a 7-kilometer wide port and logistics city located on the Red Sea around the Suez Canal. The city was designed to usher in a new age of prosperity and innovation, with fully automated and integrated supply chain and logistics networks. The Oxagon will be solar dependent and will have a net zero carbon emission, while also setting benchmarks for global productivity, technology, and sustainability. Oxagon will have a research and innovation district and a lavish 300-room Yotel hotel featuring robotic concierges and motorized smart beds. Government of Saudi Arabia has made great strides in opening up the projects to potential investors, but even still, it's bound to be very expensive. Sindala is a C-shaped island off the coast of the Red Sea and the first of NEOM's projects to be truly completed. Spread over 840,000 square meters, Sindala is a luxury destination with a great emphasis on natural beauty and rewilding. The island is dotted by upscale luxury hotels, a yachting marina, a wellness center, and shopping centers. It is set to open sometime in 2024. As mind-bending and ambitious as the projects of NEOM seem, they're not the only mega projects under construction in Saudi Arabia at the moment. The Red Sea project is another giga project supported by the PIF, entirely focused on making the areas around the Red Sea the most sustainable tourist destination. They protect, preserve, and enhance the natural environment. Their biggest project at the moment is the Amala, a luxury development built out of a natural reserve named after the ruling prince. Amala will be home to thousands of hotels and residential properties, entirely run on renewable energy. Another major mega project that has drawn foreign and local interest is Al Ula, soon to be the world's largest open-air museum. Centered around millennium-old architectural and religious sites, one of which is the UNESCO-protected city of Hegra, the ancient region is poised to be a religious and educational experience for all those who visit. The project will construct 5,000 residential buildings, 200 electric buses, triple the location's population, and create 38,000 jobs. It's already in development and costs the PIF quite a tidy sum, but it is nowhere near as expensive as the next project on our list, the Mukab. Situated in New Muaraba, the developing downtown region of Riyadh, the Mukab is a 400-meter tall and wide cube, aiming to provide the most immersive virtual experience on the planet. Inside the cube is a virtual reality dome that can transport you to fantasy destinations in the blink of an eye. At the center of the structure is a spiral tower containing luxury accommodations, dining, and entertainment. While the budget of the project remains a mystery, there's news that work has already started on site. A few other mega projects to keep an eye out for are the Marafi, Qiddiya, Diriyah, King Salman Airport, Green Radia, King Salman Energy Park, King Abdullah Financial District, and Radia Metro. All of these projects are in various stages of development, their total cost dwarfing anything we could calculate. All of these smaller projects have transformed Saudi Arabia into one giant construction site, as no inch of the country is spared. Everywhere from the mountains to the Red Sea is being developed rapidly as the country works towards the ambitious future set to redefine its position on the global stage.